The strategic use of online video marketing will absolutely be a game changer for local businesses who are ready to acknowledge that the internet is the best way to reach potential customers and clients. And those Connecticut businesses who embrace web video marketing will start to see results immediately. My name is Mike Liebenson, owner of CT Local Marketing. And in this video, I'm going to give you an overview of a super effective strategy that has helped thousands of small businesses. And it's called the 10-10-4. And it's a strategic set of actions that is designed not only to get your phone to ring, but also to pre-sell your prospects and your customers on your services. And it also positions you as the authority, the expert, and it just might make you famous along the way. So let's get started. What 10-10-4 stands for, it represents, is the number of videos we're going to make. 10 plus 10 plus 4 is 24. So in your business, there are probably questions that you get asked on a regular basis. Frequently asked questions. And I bet if we were to sit down over a cup of coffee, over about 20 minutes, we could probably come up with a good list of them, of the ones that keep coming up over and over and over again. So I want to help you by filming a video for each of these questions. So how does that help you? It gives you content. And when it comes to marketing online, the person with the most content is seen as the expert and ultimately wins. So I'm not promising that you're going to be number one tomorrow, but what I am saying is that when you and I work together and I'm putting all of this content all over the internet on a regular basis, that unless your competitors are doing the same thing, it's going to be very hard for them to get ahead of you and very hard for them to catch up to you. Plus, once we really get this going, anyone that's currently doing better than you right now won't be, because we're going to have more content than them. So this really helps you get your name out there, and like I said, the person with their name out there the most is perceived as the expert. And the reason why, we've been training people for years to believe that the ones on TV are the experts. Think about it, that the anchors, the news anchors, the talk shows, the reality shows, people being interviewed, it's all geared around expert status. So by following this strategy, you're not only going to get more prospects to talk to, but you'll ultimately get to start charging more money because you're the expert. And another thing that you can use these videos for is, let's say your staff is answering questions all the time. Certain questions come up all the time. You can have them direct the caller or whoever to a certain page on your website where all your videos are. This way they're getting to hear those answers directly from the owner, which is just a great way to duplicate yourself, allowing you to be in more than one place at a time. Make sense? So 10 videos is great, 20 videos is better. And it just so happens that we have a plan for that. SAQ stands for should ask question. So I'm no expert in your business. There's probably questions that I don't even know that I should be asking you. I just don't know any better. So what we're going to do is brainstorm a list together. I'm sure there are times in the past where you're sitting there talking with somebody and they ask you a question, but in the back of your mind you're wishing that they would ask you something else, or they would ask you in a different way, so that you could really nail it and answer it well. Well, that's what we're talking about. I want to help you come up with these and then make videos for these. So an example would be, if you were an auto mechanic, instead of how can I rotate my tires, an example of a should ask question would be, how do I know when my tires should be rotated? Or instead of how much does XYZ cost, a should ask question version would be, what are the costs based on the different levels of quality? So the videos that we're going to make, they're not commercials. It's nothing that you would see on TV, although it probably should be. Those folks would be doing better if they made this kind of content to run on cable TV. But the point is, I'm not going to turn you into a pitchman. I want you to be perceived as the trusted expert. So you're only going to be talking about things that you already know about. Things that you already talk about on a regular basis, day to day. And the strategy is to give away content, give away your stuff in the form of useful information and not sales pitches. So what we're going to do with this content, the strategy to get this stuff out there is you have, we're putting your stuff all over the internet. The number one location is going to be YouTube. You've heard of YouTube, right? YouTube is where 80% of the people online go to view their video, to look for video. And it's also owned by Google, which is the #1 search engine. So we're also going to put your videos on places like Vidler, Vimeo, Daily Media, and a bunch of other places that I can't remember the names. It's not important to know all the places. Just know that there are people that go to these places. It's my job to worry about getting them distributed. But just know there's about 20 places that we're going to put each of your videos on, and it's to cast a wider net, and it's to help with the ranking in Google. And you think about it, it's like what the New York Times does. When they write an article, it goes out all over the country to different newspapers. It doesn't just stay in New York, it gets syndicated. So that's essentially what we're doing with just using video and online, is we're syndicating and putting your information in as many places as possible. And what happens is, when people go to Google and they search for something, so let's stay with the auto mechanic example. Let's say they type into Google, they type in Shelton auto mechanic. What I want is for your little video, one of your little videos or more, to show up at the top or near the top of the search engine. Do you see how that might be beneficial to you? And the other thing, you know how when you do a Google search, you have all these listings, typically 10 per page, of websites and links. And so what happens if you're doing a search and you have all these listings, but then you have this one little picture that's a video showing up? Which are you more apt to click on? The plain old link or the picture? Probably the picture. So in addition to that, to get off on a little tangent, you have what's called Google Places that show up. And there's usually like A through F. And then there's usually a little map. Google Places is Google's version of the Yellow Pages, tied in with their location, their map system. It's actually called Google Plus Local now. So this is, what happens is Google will look at the businesses in the area that seem to offer the most value, and it's going to rank them and put them in this own little system here, in addition to the regular Google page results. And there's a good chance that you're not showing up there, at least not on page 1. And I know that your business offers value. We just have not yet been able to communicate that to Google so that they include you here. But it's very important to consider to work on that. And the great news is that by doing the videos, it all ties in together, because I can put pictures and videos in your free Google Places page, set it up, and help to get you here, in addition to having videos show up in the places where people are just searching for information. Just to stress this point a little bit more, I mean, people they're not using the Yellow Pages anymore. They're using their smartphones, their iPads, and just Google on the computer when they're looking for something. And this thing that Google's doing with the places and Google Plus Local has completely taken the place of the Yellow Pages. And it's free. It's just a matter of doing the legwork to make it show up. Because if it doesn't show up on page 1, then you might as well not even be there. So to move on here, now that we've created all this content and we've distributed it all over the internet and we're getting it to show up high in the search engines above your competitors, now let's talk about some of the tactics and some of the follow-up. So basically, you have all these videos right now are not on your website. They're on YouTube and all these other social media and video sharing sites. So what we're going to do is create a mini site, a mini website that's going to, its sole purpose is to collect names and emails, in other words, leads. So let me ask you a question. How many times a day does your phone ring? So each time that you hang up the phone, does it result in a sale? Well, what if every time someone went and found your mini site, would it be helpful to you and your team and your staff if we were able to follow up with them automatically for you? In other words, we're going to proactively keep in touch and nurture those people along until they are ready to do business. And this will free you up to use your resources for the customers that are ready now to do business. And you don't have to spend as much time following up with those that are going to be real prospects, but just not right this moment. It's all about leverage, and we have a way to automate this for you. So we're going to build this website, and it's going to have a welcome video, and the video is going to say something like, hi, this is Bill. I'm an auto mechanic in Shelton, and throughout all of my years in business, I get asked lots of questions, and I decided to put together a video series answering these questions, and I want to give it away to you for free. Just enter your name and your email and click submit, and I'll send it to you right away. Something simple like that. So all of these videos that we've created will be driving people to this mini site. And of course, not everyone is going to enter their information, but the ones that do, we'll be able to follow up with them. And we'll be able to use this content to market to your current list. You do have a list, don't you? Well, if you don't, that's okay. It's better to get started now than to wait another month or even a year, don't you think? But the value of having a list is that you can continue to market to these people over time. These are people that have already raised their hand and they showed an interest in what you sell. And if they're not ready now, they're a lot more likely to be ready than your average general public in the near future. So it makes sense to stay in touch with them and have a list and continually market to it. And we've just created 20 videos. Could be one video a month. You've just created tons of good content that you can have a reason and an excuse to send an email to these people on a regular basis. And eventually you can cut back on advertising in general, because you're going to have a list that's big enough to sustain you, and you're going to have a big enough sphere of influence with your own database, and you won't need to go out there and look for new people. So once they opt into this site, what we're going to do is, the way this works, we bring them to another page with a video that we call the thank you video. And this video simply tells them what to do next. It says, thanks for signing up. We appreciate your trust. And check your emails for the information that we promised you. But we're also going to send them, to another website page that has all of your videos on it. So they don't need to wait. And it might also have some coupons on the side, an About Us tab. And then the next part of this is, the next video we're going to make is called a Buy My Stuff video. And just to recap where we're at, you got 10, 10, 4. First 10 is FAQ videos, the second 10 is SAQ videos, and then the 4, like I said, is some other specialized videos that ties this whole thing together. Well, the welcome video on the mini site is number 1. The thank you video is number 2. And then this Buy My Stuff video that is linked to on this page is really number 3. And so Buy My Stuff, what it is we've been doing nothing but giving away content and helpful information. We haven't been asking for anything. We haven't been pitching. So based on the law of reciprocity, you know how when certain charities give away a flower, knowing that you're more obligated to donate money after they've already given you something, it's human nature. We're counting on this. If we're gracious first, there's a better chance that they're going to reciprocate and they're going to want to do business with us, or at least it's more acceptable that we ask for something. So this video is really just going to be something like, hi, this is Bill, and I've been a mechanic in Shelton for 20 years, and I have a A+ rating at the Better Business Bureau, and I'm a regular guy just like you. I just wanted to let you know that when you're ready, give me a call. And you're basically making it very easy for them to take the next step when they're ready to purchase. Simple as that. It's low pressure. We're not making a hard sell here. So isn't this whole thing just so much different than what you see on cable TV or in the newspaper or direct mail, any kind of advertisement? We're getting on a path where people are already searching for something. We're giving them helpful information, and we're very naturally positioning ourselves as the go-to people for when they're ready to purchase. And if it's right now, that's fine too, because we're going to have your phone number, and we're going to have clear call to actions from day one. So I don't want you to think that you need to, this has to be a drawn out process. But moving on, number 4, back to the 4. You got 1, 2, 3. The 4th video we're going to make is called The Bumper. And this video gets tagged on at the end of the 20. And it's going to say something like, hi, this is Bill. If you like this information, I've got so much more great stuff at my website. Not only is my website going to save you money and make sure that you don't get ripped off, but it's also going to help you to make the right decision on whatever it is, blah, blah, blah. So in other words, you have these 20 videos out there in the internet, like little salespeople selling for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Somebody finds the video through a Google search. At the end of the video, they're brought to the bumper video tells them, if you like this, we have a lot more of information like this. Go to our website to get it. So before I mentioned following up using emails. So back to the mini site, when somebody enters their name and email into the site, they're essentially giving us permission to send them stuff. So what we're going to do is create an email series that this system I've created for you will deliver automatically. And every couple of days, we'll send each person a link to one of the videos. This way we can stay top of mind with them for a number of weeks or even months. And this way, if they weren't ready to take action right away, we're going to be proactive, and we're gonna stay on their radar, so that even if they don't ultimately need us, they're definitely going to remember us. And when their friend needs somebody, if their friend is talking about car trouble or whatever, they are definitely going to remember us, and they're more likely to refer us and to say, hey, this guy's been sending us videos, and he seems like he really knows what he's talking about. And it makes a lot of sense. So I know I've covered a lot of information here. I hope it at least gives you a sense of how powerful strategic video can be in helping to grow your business. And I'd be happy to talk to you personally about applying this strategy to your business. So give me a call at 203-665-8874, or send me an email, mike@CT Local Marketing. And either way, if you're not ready to pick up the phone now, make sure you're on my list. If you found this information helpful and you don't want to miss out on future videos, tips, and specials, then go to the website address below and sign up and get on our list. I promise not to spam you. And that's it for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.